Plant more, but
Okay, well,
one day is a deal.
you're right. They need trees, so that's where we were concentrating right now, and that's the idea, to go to these neighborhoods that don't have many trees.
And just
to
look
get
at,
the
there
tree.
are houses there who say, no, not
Yes.
in front of my house. So
Right, there are.
That's what gets
Right.
done.
There are residents, Leonard and his crew goes out there and they send a letter first, and some people say, I don't want a tree. I don't want to take care of it, because they have to say they will water it for the first 3 years. And they just refuse to do that, and if they refuse, there's no sense in planting a tree there, because it won't be watered and it will die anyway. So we have about 4 minutes. Anyone have a last interesting question? I think back here, and then we'll probably have to wind it up then, because we have to leave the room.
Hi. There's been a bit of talk about a business head tax, and I would suggest perhaps as an alternative a tax on carbon. I think it's probably a smarter tax because it taxes a negative rather than taxing jobs, which are important for economic growth. So just would love to hear thoughts on potentially a carbon tax. I understand there are a lot of challenges with the implementation in terms of tracking carbon, but we can come up with something creative, possibly.
Do you want to ask anyone in particular, or?
Anyone?
Okay.
Would anyone there like to answer? John?
Okay, so John Cordes, Sierra Club Director, been on this issue for a long time, definitely supporter of the Citizens Climate Lobby and 100 other ways we can try and tax carbon. Definitely in favor of a carbon tax. It does, like you said, it's better because it taxes a negative instead of jobs. The problem is then trying to figure out the best way to use that money and figure out what to tax, right? If we apply it to gasoline in Sunnyvale, right, people are going to go buy gas in Mountain View. If we apply it to natural gas in Sunnyvale, then at least they can't move it. I'm on the Sunnyvale Climate Action Committee. We're looking at all this stuff. We're going to have a plan, and a lot of proposals come out in December. We definitely want to. I am definitely supportive of the idea of a natural gas tax to get people to switch. I'm even in favor of a kind of a lifetime natural gas tax. You want to buy a new gas dryer, you should pay $400 for the amount of carbon that thing's going to generate in its lifetime. You want to buy a new gas water heater, $1,000 for all the carbon that thing's going to generate in its lifetime. And then we can use that money to subsidize electrical appliances instead. So there's a world of things we can do, and I'm definitely in favor of carbon tax.
I'm Mason Fong, C3. To correct John, former senior director to the Sierra Club, and thank you for your service. But I think that it's a policy, as John mentioned, that has to be regional, if it even is something that's looked at, because as you mentioned, you can drive across Homestead and be in Cupertino and get all your goods there. And so something that I would love to work on is working with our state leaders, because that is being looked at in the state of California. I'm honored to be supported by our state leaders that represent Sunnyvale, Senator Jerry Hill, who's a big environmental advocate, State Assembly Member Mark Berman, same thing, and State Assembly Member Rich Gordon, who actually works he's a lobbyist for the urban forestry initiative in the state. And so I would happy to talk to them, work with them, and say what's going on at the capital level, and how can I be of help at the local level? How can I build clout for you if something comes down on a proposition in the ballot, or if it's a legislative bill that you need letters for? How can I, as an advocate and a liaison to Sunnyvale residents, represent their values and help you to champion that issue at the state level?
So I guess we're all answering. Yeah, so I think it's much better to go with a progressive tax on the largest corporations we have. That they're paying $24,000 essentially for a 2-year business license, and I think that just doesn't make sense. And I don't think think it's fair or going to be practical to have the citizens of Sunnyvale pay for a carbon tax.
Yeah, so I should have started it when I first started. I've been endorsed by the Sierra Club. But your question is kind of an either or, and I don't think it should be looked at that way. Our CAP 2.0, as John said, is going to be coming back to us with a lot of ideas. That's the whole point. We've gone out to our community is to get the ideas from there, and we'll prioritize and see where the biggest piece is going to come from. I would, Gustav said he had motioned to make the study issue to take a look at updating what is our business tax, not a head tax, just our business tax happens to have a head counting component to it. And I was the one who seconded that motion. So I think right now the fastest way forward to be able to try and get what will turn out to be an incremental change to our revenue sources is to go ahead and move forward with taking a look at and doing the study on our business tax and whatever updates we need to go ahead and do. And then let's see what other ideas that come out as it relates to overall things from the CAP 2.0 plan.
Okay, thank you very much. Our time is over. Gustav, you want to say?
Yeah, okay. So yes, thank you very much. And I forgot to mention, I am actually endorsed by both the Sierra Club and the League of Conservation Voters. And I think, as some of the other candidates pointed out, this really works best as a regional effort because I think it's a very interesting idea. A lot of details to work out. The devil is always in the details. And it's not really going to work if Sunnyvale is the only one who does it. And it's not even clear to me that we have the authority right now as the city. So that would actually be the very first question I would ask is, do we need to work with Sacramento to get the authority to do it as a city, or even better, work with Sacramento to get it implemented regionally or statewide? And I certainly agree that it's not an either-or type of solution, but something that's definitely worth taking a look at.
Good, thank you. I want to wish all the candidates the best of luck, and I hope whoever wins does help SUFA and support us in the future to get those trees planted in Sunnyvale. So thank you very much for coming.